So in Donnybrook Performance here, we do small group training and personal training. So with the small group training, we keep it to 4 people in a group just so everyone gets enough attention to detail and everyone feels like that they're doing exercise correctly and they don't feel like they're missing out or they're getting left behind. Basically, everyone gets enough attention, and that's basically the same aspect of one-to-one training but in a small group.
Yeah, one-to-one eventually gets a bit boring when you have to try and entertain everyone, and you want the small groups actually a little bit easier to coach, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think everyone that comes, they might come the same times every week, and then they get to know the people in the groups and they build great friendships and are able to do stuff outside the gym as well.
Yeah, so one of the things, I was looking at your schedule the other day and we see you used the waiting list function. I was saying you should just bump your class up to 5, but you were like a bit fighting back against that.
Yeah, I chatted to everyone in here and I said, did you want to go from 4 to 5 people? Because as you said, like there was a couple, 1 or 2, 3 people on a waiting list for certain some of the busy times in the morning before work, and everyone said that they liked the way that it was only 4 people and that no one was kind of waiting around to use equipment, or they felt like when it went to 5 they were kind of waiting around or they weren't getting enough out of the class, and when it was with 4 people. So that was just the general consensus of it.
And so you decided to go for, we were chatting earlier on about an off-peak and an on-peak time?
Yeah, definitely. I think that there's certain people who can only train, say at 6 a.m, 7 a.m, 8 a.m. before work, or if they have small kids. So for them it might be, so as I said, it's the only time they can train. So for them, having a membership that they can book those times ahead of maybe people who have more flexible hours that could come at 9, 10, 11 or lunchtime, just makes a bit more sense going forward if things are getting so busy.
Excellent. And what are you going to do to the people who book in and don't show up? Kick them out.
I think everyone has such busy lives and busy jobs. You have to give them a little bit of break if they do hit the snooze button.
We should have a thing on the app to give them a warning.
Give them a
Tap
warning.
the button and go warning.
But no, to be fair, everyone's usually very good at sending me a text and apologising if they do miss a class, and it's never usually, they never usually do 2 in a week or 2 in a row.
And there's no, like, we talk about that as a booking system as well, and we always chat to the likes of you and you've been with us for about a year now, so it's like trying to figure out features that would actually add some value. Whether that be something like where you could actually remove their bookings or something nominal that's not really going to affect them too much, because life gets in the way sometimes, but maybe 3 strikes and their bookings get removed or something along those lines or something like that.
Yeah, maybe some sort of penalty if they miss 2, 3, 4 sessions in a row from that, just because it's unfair if there is, as you say, people on the waiting list.
Yeah.
And then it's a lose-lose for both people. They don't go to class and then the person on the waiting list doesn't get a group.
Yeah. And so you were with a different booking system. We don't really want to ever badmouth other booking system, but tell us like some of the pain points that you had before, and like what were you, like why did you swap over to Wonderbook? Or
yeah, just with Wonderbook, it's so simple. As you said, you wanted like a 3-step booking, very easy to book in, compared to a bigger booking system where there's a lot of features and people can kind of get lost in the app, compared to I just want to book my session 7 a.m, 2, 3 clicks, done.
That's it.
Rather than signing up for all these different features and getting confused.
Well, we'd have 2 bookings. If we didn't have to confirm the booking, we'd have 2 clicks.
2 clicks.
But that was effectively what we were trying to do. One of our pet peeves, because I'm in the gym industry as well, was the fact that you can't see people's schedules sometimes. At least now when you go on and you see it, because you post every Friday that you've got a full schedule, and like it has that sort of supply and demand thing as well, where people have that sort of, they want to be involved in that because it's full and people are enjoying it, obviously. And that's why I was saying, like, we're doing some promo stuff for you, and I'm like, do you actually need more people? Because you only work, you're 9 in the morning till like 12 or something every day.
Yeah, 6 till lunchtime every day.
Which is the key. And the way that you have it set up is, I wouldn't be advising that for most people go members only, because that's a barrier for entry, is getting people in. But if you're full and you're busy, members only might be the only option, because not being able to try something before. Obviously, I know you give a free trial, but not being able to, for other gyms who aren't full all the time, having that barrier for entry where they have to commit to a month's training.
Or 21 days or something like that.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? Is a barrier for entry. Whereas if you give them a free trial and let them pay as you go, as you want, you get what I mean? That's the way. But for you, being the exception, there's always exceptions to the rules. It seems to work.
No, it seems to work really well, and obviously there's been a lot of referrals and people who've recommended family or friends to come in here, so they kind of have that sense of they will like it because they've been recommended it, or they wouldn't have been told about it if the person didn't think it would be for them. So as well as if they do try it once, they seem to stick around for a bit longer than maybe someone randomly coming for 1 session and then not coming back again. Yeah. But even if people do try 1 class, they do seem to come back.
Well, that's the thing,
so
you're giving them the trial.
Yeah.
So. And so how would you say you've grown, if you get what I mean? Because you were chatting to me, we were chatting on the phone last night, and you were saying that I think you had your busiest January, February.
Yeah, busiest January, February since we opened here in 2020, 2021 with COVID and stuff. And again, that's down to, I think, Wonderbook being so simple to book in, and then also the community that Wonderbook has. We've had a lot of phone calls from people who've just seen the app or seen Donnybrook Performance through the app, because you have all the other gyms, or if you're in the same location.
There's a sauna and stuff.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
people are just interested, being like, oh, I didn't know there was a gym in Donnybrook, or I didn't know that was there.
And you did a community day where you went out to a sauna with your members, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, we did that last year, and we're actually doing it again this Sunday.
So you're going out to a sauna.
Yeah.
Bring your members out to a sauna.
Bring members out for sauna, a swim if they want to, and then just a coffee after. And it's a great way for people to, I know they chat here for 40, 45 minutes when they're here, but they might not get to chat about everything, or they might not get to chat to other people in the group. So.
Or who come to a different time.
Yeah, and like there's people who come at 6 a.m. and then people who come at 11 or 12, and they didn't even know that they...
We're in the same gym.
Yeah, so it's great to do stuff like that outside the gym, and it really brings that sense of community.
Yeah, well, that's what we're always trying to do, and that's why we said we're like, the two unique things that we do is we save you money, which you didn't even talk about, because it doesn't really make a difference. I wouldn't say you had a problem paying the booking system, but the fact that it's free is obviously a benefit. You can save a couple of grand a year, but that community effect from other people being on the app, that network effect of other people who, let's say, go to the sauna and they might see that Donnybrook Performance is there, and they might contact you due to that. Again, we're growing, obviously, and you're growing, and we want to keep that. Like, because I'm pretty sure that you said last year as well, it was one of your best Januaries again. So if we keep building that up, and now we're having a discussion about what do we do now that there's too many people on the waiting list. I always say to people, that's a good chat to have.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great complaint to have, and even as you said there's people who have come in here that use Wonderbook for Donnybrook Performance, when they'd be like, oh, I didn't know there was a groomers, or I didn't know that was there, just by looking at the app.
Yeah.
So I think that's great for people as well.
Yeah, excellent. And that is effectively, that's what we're trying to get to.
Bring everyone together,
Yeah, whether we have enough people on it at the minute, but that's our goals and aspirations. And to promote you, like we don't charge the company, we charge a 2% booking fee to the user, so we have the same goal as you, keep your users happy.
Yeah. And
our goal is to keep your users happy and make sure that you get new users, like effectively, as much connections as we can, so promoting you and showcasing you in the best possible light possible. That's why we had you doing some beautiful box jumps today.
And I think as well, in terms you said about the bigger booking systems compared to Wonderbook, like very much so, if something goes wrong, you're chatting to the main person, whereas with the bigger companies, it might be 2 or 3 days before
they get back to you.
They get back to you, or like you're getting an email that you have to go back to, and you're going a bit back and forth.
Yeah.
Where if there's an issue with the app, someone's on hand to give you that information straight away.
That's what we want to do. Is we want to try to be as personable as possible. Like straight away, get back to you, give you an answer, because it's more annoying than just a waiting process. If I give you an answer and that's like, I'll get that fixed in a day or so. That's fine, because you know it's coming, or I'll give you an answer and it'll be resolved. Do you get what I mean? From that sort of concept of it. And like we're always looking on those sort of things, and again we know if there's any issues as well. But like there's always edge cases, no matter what you say. And even just such a personal touch, as in you coming out here last year, coming out today, making you feel like you're really part of the Wonderbook community. Whereas when you're with another booking system, like you don't feel that, you're just using the booking system, like. Yeah, well, we do have the same goals. Genuinely have the same goals as the companies that come on board. Like we're not trying to say we're a content management system. We just focus on bookings and payments. Yeah. Bookings and payments, simple, fast, easy, and connecting with more people. Yeah. Do you get me? So we never charge you, which is excellent. So like if you ever had a week off, you don't have to pay us. So obviously your members pay us 2% on top of whatever it is. I think we've had out of the just under 30,000 users, we've had probably 3 complaints, maybe, Colin, was it, about the price, but like 2% is the same as any booking fee. Colin wanted to bring it down to 0 at one stage. I was like, I don't think we're going to make money. He's like, just to launch in the UK, in America. We're just here for the goodness of our No, but like that's the whole concept anyway of it. And the fact that you're rammed out the door every week. I love it when you put up my favourite week is on Friday morning. You're like, send a tag us in the post. I think Friday's a great day in here. I think everyone's obviously very excited for the weekend, excited to get a Friday session done before the weekend, and it always seems to be the busiest day of the week. Yeah, well, I checked it on Monday. You're already busy. You have 1 slot left, I think, on Monday, and people on the waiting list. So, congratulations. Thank you very much. Excellent. That's our second time doing that. Yeah.